Eric, what's going on?
Hey, Sue.
How are ya?
Great. I'm doing my favorite thing in my favorite place.
Boy, you got that right. Me too. But tonight's a pretty special night, right?
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Let's go up here and talk about it.
All right. I'll see you up there. Oh my gosh, Hank, I felt just lucky to be out on the river and so good to see you.
It's a beautiful day. Good to see you.
Oh my gosh, what a great day.
Well, I would like to welcome everyone to our virtual fundraiser this year. We weren't sure we were going to have one, but we're doing it. And this is a very special river, a very special place. And we understand things are different. It's a goofy year. We're not doing things the way we normally do, but we're soldiering on trying to get it done.
And we struggled to even know what to do. I mean, what to try. So we're doing it. We're having fun. We're so grateful for everybody's support, and we hope that you have fun tonight too.
Absolutely, and hopefully you picked up your delicious dinner, and you're relaxing with a glass of wine and ready to listen to and watch the program. So in a moment, I'm going to introduce some of our board members and some very important people to the Conservancy. And just to say, we really do need your support. We struggled this year about how we were going to do this, but your support helps us maintain the parks that we've built, run our education program, which is becoming more and more important every year. And so anyway, it's my pleasure to introduce myself. I'm Hank Urbach. I'm a member of the board.
Longtime member of the board.
And this is Sue Buckley, a relatively new member of the board. And we're very happy to have you here. So let's get this show on the road and introduce Sue.
All right.
And off we go.
We'll take it from here. Hey, Eric, you're here. Yay.
Hey, Sue, how you doing?
Oh, I'm great.
Are you ready for Moonlight over the river?
I am indeed ready. I'm indeed ready. We're going to talk to these good people and have a great time this evening.
Great, let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on in, Eric.
Well, Sue, it looked like you had a lot of fun out on the river.
Oh my gosh, I had a great time. What a special day. It's a really kind of unusual evening. Hi everybody, and this is my good friend Eric Valencia. Eric, sit down, Eric.
Thank you.
Let's be comfortable. Eric is the executive director of the Greater Reedley Chamber of Commerce, and we are really delighted to have his support now and frankly all year. We're chamber members.
Yes. So glad to have you guys be here with you guys tonight. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. As Sue said, my name is Eric Valencia. I'm the executive director for the Greater Reedley Chamber of Commerce, and so honored to be here tonight with you all. Obviously, with things having changed with COVID and all that we've gone through, things have definitely changed, and we are not in person at the event going on right now.
We are virtual.
We are virtual, so excited to be bringing this to you live on,
live on video.
video. So excited to do that. But definitely, we're doing our best to make sure we want to get you to bid tonight and really support the Kings River Conservancy and everything, the great things that you guys do for the local communities and the river, and so many great things that happen along.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're going to see some footage tonight of the river that we have never had a chance to put together before. The virus this year has caused us to think differently. So we're going to be able to have each of our board members. I'm one of the board members, but you're going to see a lot of board members talking about the programs of the Kings River Conservancy that we are really, really proud of, and I think you're going to be delighted to support.
And none of this could be possible without you guys. So excited that you're here with us once again. Just the ability to be able to come to you during this time and to provide some support for the Kings River Conservancy is really exciting for me to be a part of.
Well, and Eric, you've talked so often in the community about being able to pivot with technology and how to do things different. This is an example, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, rather than just giving up, I know so many events in different communities where they just said, you know what, we're not going to do anything. But we really have to be able able to, figure out new ways of doing things. And I'm so excited that the Kings River Conservancy didn't give up, and that you're didn't give up, and you're having an opportunity to make a difference.
And part of the way that you can make a difference is that we are indeed asking for your support, asking very humbly for your donations. Now, you'll learn a lot about the North Riverside Raptor Walk. So we've named our levels of donation for the Raptors. So you could be a Kestrel, you can be a Kingfisher, you can be a $5,000 donor, and you'll be an Eagle. My favorite bird personally is the Osprey. So I would aspire to being an Osprey donor.
Well, tonight, I guess there's different ways that we're going to have some bidding, right? So as soon as we move on, there'll be opportunity to put bids on different items. So make sure you want to check out our web address. What is the web address on that?
So we're running this all on charityauction.bid/KRC for Kings River Conservancy. Now, we're seeing this for the first time. You'll have bought your dinner, or not if you're a long way from us. Maybe you're just watching this and maybe you're just going to bid and donate. We've got some really great auction items, and we've got all of our various donation levels. Now, the auction, by the time you're seeing this, will have been open for about a week. So many of you will have already been running those bids up. And if you're a very, very lucky bidder, you will have won one of the desserts so that you can pick up a dessert to go with your tasty dinner tonight.
That sounds
But
good.
the auction will continue to run through tonight, on through the weekend, and then you'll be able to pick up your purchased auction item over at Reedley College in the next, like Monday, Tuesday, after this video is shown. So we're really excited about our auction items, and we want to make sure you are too. So let's talk about some of our favorite auction items that people can be bidding on for the rest of the weekend.
Well, we have some very exciting items. One I want to talk about is a backstage pass to the zoo. I believe it's for tickets of 8, and I believe the value on that family of 8. Definitely want to keep your family together during COVID time.
Yeah, COVID times, can't be strangers.
So have your family of 8 get backstage passes at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo.
Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful zoo. I don't know. Hopefully you've been there and checked it out.
I have not been to the zoo,
so hopefully you're going to bid on it.
Bidders. Now, I have a family of 3, but maybe I could collect 8 COVID after.
Yes, yes.
And then what else?
So then we also have an Italian dinner, $100 gift certificate on that as well. And what is the name? Do you know where?
Parma. And I've not been to Parma. Is it tasty?
You know what? I have not been there either.
All right,
so we'll
I'm
have
going
to
to
be
presume that Parma must be a fantastic place, and we're going to have to bid on that. So that's pretty wonderful.
So
now,
exciting.
there are many ways to enjoy the Kings River. Kayaking, boating, everything, every kind of fishing.
Tubing, going down the river.
Tubing, so many access points. I'm trying to remember how many access points.
My understanding there's 15 access points, which is a really great number. I was told also that some of our neighboring rivers have as
like
well
the
as
Kauai
River. Thank you. About 5 access points, and we're so lucky that we have such great access to our river, and we can enjoy the beauty and really take advantage.
And you'll hear more from many Kings River Conservancy board members about exactly what kind of river access, the education programs. You're going to hear from board member John Gray, who's going to talk to you about the access points on the river. So I want now to introduce board member John Gray. That's Dr. John Gray. And by the way, we normally would be at the beautiful home on the river of Dr. John and Gail Gray for Moonlight over the river. But tonight, let John tell you about the access that we have to the Kings River.
Hi, my name's John Gray. I'm a board member of the Kings River Conservancy. I've been asked to talk about access to the Kings River. What does that mean, access to the river? Different people, it means different stuff. The Conservancy board looks at different what we call user groups. When we look at access, we're trying to make the river as open to as many different user groups as we can. Whether it's a family out on a picnic, whether it's a fly fisherman looking for the trophy trout, whether it's a college kid looking to float in an inner tube from Goodfellow Bridge down to Reedley, or whether it's a water skier down in the Kingsburg area. Getting on the river is how people in my neighborhood recreate.
Today in our society, a lot of people are stressed and they're overweight, and having an opportunity to get out into a natural environment like this gives you an opportunity to exercise and enjoy nature. And there's a lot of different ways to do that, but being able to get out on the river and kayak adds a little bit of an element of excitement with that. And so for people that are stressed or struggling with weight or just need an opportunity to get out with family and friends, having access to a river like this is phenomenal.
My first time right here. My friends invited me to fishing today, but I don't know if we're gonna get some fishes. This is my first time, so I hope we get lucky today. And I think this is beautiful because it's real quiet, it's real nice. I never been here. This is my first time, and I'm enjoying this place right now. So we're gonna fish. My friends come with me, and let's see what happened today.
Just caught. How many did you catch there? Wow, those are huge.
Just two.
I'm gonna go in.
The Kings River Conservancy was started about 15 years ago, and when we first started the Conservancy, we noticed that compared to other rivers, that there's a lot of public access points already available. If you look at a map, it depends on how you count them, 8 to 12, 12 to 15 public access points. By that I mean the county has land, the city of Sanger, city of Reedley, city of Kingsburg, all these municipalities have access points to the Kings River, and that's unlike any other river in our area. So what the Conservancy does, we have been enhancing, making those public accesses better. We do that through signs, we do that through trails, adding restrooms, parking lots, ADA accessible stuff. It's kind of a cool thing what we've been doing. A lot of people ask me, hey John, what are the future plans for Kings River Conservancy? And that is a great question. But stay tuned. We need your support, not only financially, but volunteers. All that stuff is being evaluated right now. So let's put our best foot forward and show our neighbors that we really do care about this area. And no joke, the best is yet to come.
Wasn't that great seeing how people connect with our local river? We had 3 great stories of people experiencing the river for the first time, and it's all possible because of you. We have these access points because of your support to the Kings River Conservancy, and it's just been really great to see how the community can take advantage of the Kings River.
As a matter of fact, if you've participated in our lovely dinner tonight, you picked up your dinner at Margaret Thorburn Park, and she's been a long-time supporter. But think about the things that access points can do. Fishing, kayaking, such special moments for families. So it's really important, please, that you consider donating to the Kings River Conservancy. Without those funds, without your support, we would not be able to do the programs and support the access points that you're learning about. So of course, please do grab a bid item, get on charityauction.bid/KRC. I'm sure that'll come up on the screen for you, and bid or donate tonight. The auction won't close until another couple of nights. And of course, we'll accept your wonderful donations long time into the future. My personal favorites, are those names after the raptors, that you can be a kingfisher, an osprey, an eagle, whatever level you might choose to be to support. But speaking of auction items, I'd like to show you Dr. John Gray right here at Reedley Veterinary Hospital. John always donates what he affectionately calls the Barn Cat Special. Now, not only does Dr. John give you a nice bag of cat food, but of course a service that perhaps a young cat needs to be a healthy and safe and not reproducing barn kitty. So thank you, Dr. John, and please everybody bid on these items and many more that we've got on our auction.
Awesome. Well, thank you once again for your support. Please continue to bid and support the wonderful projects that the Kings River Conservancy does. They've done so many things, from building trails, bathrooms, parking, benches, just so many things that people take advantage of and don't even realize sometimes.
So we have another video where we're going to hear from Dr. Larry Miller, another board member, and Larry's going to tell you about the incredible work that the Kings River Conservancy has done with your support.
As the demand for recreational use along the Kings River increased, so did the need for resource management. To meet this need, Kings River Conservancy has identified and delivered capital improvement projects that enhance the access and use of public properties along the lower Kings River. Just within the last decade, Kings River Conservancy has built trails, public use buildings, and park facilities, all for the community to enjoy.
The Conservancy's work has helped to enhance the availability to the community by developing especially the North Side Trail, which took a lot of work here. It's accessible even for ADA compliant because it's flat, and so most everyone can have a short walk along here. There's signs that the Conservancy put in place to help educate them about the ecology and the animals and plants that they will see along the trail, and provide access other than simply the parking lot for them to, even with modest effort, appreciate that. We also have a bathroom that was installed, and park benches and picnic tables to again help in their just enjoyment of the riverside. We also maintain a small park called Thorburn Park, where the river intersects Highway 180. It's open on the weekends, and again, people can come and have a picnic lunch, can put their hot feet in the water and just enjoy the river with, again, access that is easily there by automobile. One of the major conversations and agreements for a project is to develop the south side into a trail similar to what we have here on the north side. And so that is one of the things. We're going to call it the Raptor Walk. Raptors are birds such as hawks and ospreys, meat-eating or fish-eating birds, because we have several that live and hunt along the river.
All of the maintained trails, bathrooms, parking lots, park benches, grills, educational signs, and more could not have been possible without supporters like you. The Kings River Conservancy volunteers really want to continue this work, but need your help. To donate, go to kingsriverconservancy.org.
As you can see, there are so many ways that the Kings River Conservancy supports our river. Everything from our beaches to trails, so many things. I really enjoy the trails myself. I know being from Reedley, going down by the Reedley College and just kind of going down there, and it's so neat that you can be in the city one moment and the next you're in this whole new place, beautiful oak trees, the water beside you. And so it's really nice to kind of take a walk or a jog. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the river.
And that's what's so exciting about the future plans that the Kings River Conservancy is working on. We have the new Raptor Walk. That's why you've heard me feature our donation levels as being named after these incredible birds. It's because we're putting in an educational Raptor Walk where the signage is in several languages so that all our people can enjoy the river and learn a little bit. We've got an incredible outdoor education center that's being built over on the south side of the trail, putting in an education pavilion, and lots of work with the local school districts. Again, without your support, we would not be able to do these incredible education programs and you'll see now so many auction items that are an opportunity for you to support.
Yeah, so let's highlight another auction item. So we also have a white water rafting trip. That sounds pretty exciting.
Yes.
So it's for 4 and it has a value of $550.
And I will be one of the bidders on that.
That sounds pretty
so
cool.
Go ahead and outbid me.
I'm gonna want to see.
Goodness, I have never whitewater rafted, and that would be so awesome. But if you've been one of the winners of dessert for our auction, because remember the dessert auction by the time you're seeing this will have closed. Okay. But remember, life is short. Eat dessert first, so you can still bid on what we're calling kitchen mix-up to make dessert of your own. And if you splash your mixing all over the counter, we've even included a nice little dish towel and a whisk and everything.
That's a great basket.
Kitchen mix-up is a basket that's still available for everybody for bid.
Well, Sue, we have some beautiful waterways along the Kings River, but one thing I have noticed from time to time, there are issues with graffiti, trash. What can we do about that?
Well, and that's another effort of the Kings River Conservancy is to to abate graffiti, to pick up trash. Just when I was paddling out on the river earlier, I caught my paddle right up in fishing line. Fishing line is an incredible problem of its trash that animals get caught up in it. Certainly we don't want children swimming and getting themselves all caught up in fishing lines. So we're going to run a video for you here where we talk about our trash abatement and our graffiti abatement programs. And I'm Sue Buckley. We're both board members of the Kings River Conservancy.
And we're here to talk to you today about taking care of the Kings River and its riverbanks. Okay.
We're standing here at Thorburn Park. The Kings River has been a thriving river since well before any of us were around and before the Pine Flat Dam was put in. It was a thriving natural ecosystem with birds and natural fish and an incredible natural environment. But now you're hearing the sounds of the 180 in the background, and of course the impact of all of us enjoying the river has really put the river in some pretty dirty circumstances, right, Lynette?
That's right. My husband and I have lived in the Central Valley all of our lives, and so we have loved coming out to the river. My husband is a fisherman and I like to hike, and we have seen so many people at some of the other parks that are county parks that are accessible. If you come up the corridor, the Trimmer Springs Road and Piedra Road, you'll see Avocado Lake, which is full of people. There's Winton Park, which is full of people. And if you drive farther up, there's Choinemni Park, which is a beautiful camping park. and they're all along the Kings River, so you can enjoy that. But the biggest issue we have with people coming out and enjoying the river is not picking up after themselves. And we do have problems with graffiti. That has been ongoing, and that's one of the things that we do try and keep on top of.
Well, and we are very dedicated to making sure that any graffiti that we do find is abated as quickly as possible. But the trash, this is our chance to teach our children that the natural environment is something to cherish and to be so pleased to see, and to learn to pick up their trash. And you know, it's easy. It really is easy, isn't it? Just grab your trash when you're done with your picnic, and make sure it's not blowing away. The last thing I want to see is some raptor flying off with fishing line caught in his talons, or a fish with a Fritos bag in their mouth. So indeed, we all can do our part.
Fishing line is not only one of the most prevalent debris on the river, it's one of the most dangerous. Animals that thrive in this river system get caught up in this line and die. Kings River Conservancy has worked really hard towards making it even easier for you to help clean up the fishing line.
We installed some what are called monofilament fishing line recycle bins, because one of the biggest environmental hazards we have here along the Kings River, especially the fishing area, is the fishing line. And I wish I had brought some with me here today to show you, because I just emptied the recycle bins 2 days ago and they were packed. So they're doing what they're supposed to do. Woohoo!
So at the Conservancy, we organize neighborhood cleanup days, and you're invited. But now, Lynette, how will people get involved? How can they come and help and get involved in this beautiful river?
Well, we have a whole volunteer board that all you have to do is go to kingsriverconservancy.org, and there's a place that you just click on for volunteer. And so you just sign up, and then we will contact you either with an email or a phone call.
And there's a calendar on the site as well.
There is. We have a community calendar, so hopefully one of the cleanup dates will work for you.
And if you miss a river cleanup day, don't worry, there will be another one, and we'll be out there with our gloves and bags and pick up stick things.
Yes, that's right. And you can go out all by yourself and pick up at the river anytime you go out. If you see a piece of trash, take it home. We do have some dumpsters as well, but as they say, an old adage is pack it in, pack it out. So we keep our river beautiful.
Come to the Kings River Access Parks and adopt some trash.
That's right.
Sue, watching that video really shows me the impact that we can have. It can be positive, but it can also be really negative.
Very negative.
And I just have to say, watching some of those animals and what they have to go through with the trash and
The fishing line around the heron, right?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yes, but that's the work that we're doing. We have fishing line containers that your support has purchased. Your support has helped us to install them, and your support is helping us to empty them, so that the fishermen go out there and put that fishing line in those containers instead of it being wrapped around a heron's beak. So you've learned from the video that you saw Lynette and me talking about the opportunities to volunteer. You can go on kingsriverconservancy.org and sign up for work days. You talked about having enjoyed being part of a work day.
Yeah, I had an opportunity where they were cleaning some of some non-native species trees, and so I got to go out there, and it was a lot of fun to really feel like I was making an impact.
Well, that's the important work that you can do. The dumpsters that we have at all the access points, all the hiking trails, the fishing line containers that you've seen us talk about, all of those recycling bins, that all costs money, and that is all dependent on your support. So let's hear about another auction item, Eric.
Well, I have a really cool, it looks like a double item here. So we have Monsters and Magic. So we got this cute little thing here. It's in a bag. So that's the
Little
first
pogo
part.
bag,
yeah,
yeah.
isn't that cute? So I'll put that down here. And the second part, this is really awesome. I think our viewers are going to appreciate this. But look, you get this cool little box, and it's filled with a bunch of little goodies in here. So I was told we have an actual shooting star in a bottle. How cool is that?
Now, you know, the Kings River Conservancy hosts a star party. Thank you, Mary and Heidi, for doing that. So you can come up to the Kings River Conservancy and watch shooting stars over the river.
Yeah, so that's so cool. A little shooting star in a bottle. Let's see what else we got here. We have Star Crystals Bath Fizz. So you got a whole little set here of different things. We have Moonbeams Body Butter. So if you want to, soften your skin, I guess, maybe that's what that is. Ooh, a nice little candle and a votive here.
So like you heard board member Lynette say on the video, www.kingsriverconservancy.org, there's a calendar there, there's how to sign up as a volunteer. You'll be able to join as a volunteer. So now let's talk about the auction again for a moment. That's going to close again in a couple of days. It's been running now for a week or so. So this event, the staging of this event and your dinner tonight, you're going to have the rest of the weekend to keep bidding and keep donating. And of course, we'll always accept your donations.
Yes. And real quick, let me just share. This was donated by Circus Creations. Just want to make sure I got the
that's
name
right.
So thank you for
to our donors.
Yes,
thank you for our sponsors. Now, our media sponsor is Valley Public Radio. And that's 98 on the dial. I'm juxtaposing, I'm switching my numbers around. So thank you to our media sponsor, and also Dr. Jerry Buckley and Sue Buckley, our sponsors, and Deb and Greg Lapp, our sponsors. But now let's talk about another auction item, because doesn't this one really catch our attention? Here we are in the heat of the Central Valley. But look at that spectacular winter river. So please consider going online and bidding on that.
I'm feeling cooler just watching it.
I know, right? Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? But that river needs to be stocked with fish. That's another piece of support that we at the Kings River Conservancy are providing. And board member Heidi Eisner is in charge of our fingerling program to have, and often it's kids from the community that are putting baby fish into the river.
Wow.
We have our fish hatchery program that you'll learn more about, but that's under Heidi's control. The fish incubator, you'll learn more about that on the video. So let's watch.
So many great things.
Yep, got to put fish in the river.
I feel that donations coming into the Kings River Conservancy are really important for a number of reasons. One of those reasons being that the Conservancy advocates for the recreational areas that so many people use in the Central Valley. The river is a natural resource for a number of reasons, and having a group that's dedicated to family recreation, protecting the ecology of the river, and then also keeping the river clean is critical to this area. They serve a huge purpose for us all, and it benefits people whether they really realize it or not. Another great thing about the Conservancy is their environmental education. I'm a huge advocate of the work that they're doing out here. They bring groups of school children out on a regular basis, and they get to come out on the trail, learn about the environment, they get to touch, see, and feel things. All right, here's the deal, you guys. If you want to release them, you got to carry them. So who's tough?
There you go.
Oh, you let her do much.
All right.
All right,
so we're following Heidi.
Yes, follow me and I will take you guys. And I will be with you in a little while. Oftentimes, I'm lucky enough to host groups of kids that come out with the Conservancy's field trips and let them release the trout from our incubator building. Just gently pump the bucket all the way over and then leave it alone. I'll tell you, we get kids of all ages, and while not every single kid wants to be a biologist when he grows up, even the really young kids to the kids who are in high school all seem to just really enjoy it. I mean, it's a really cool thing when you see these little baby fish that she had in a bucket swimming out into the river to explore like this whole big new world that they're moving off into, and then you have to kind of wonder, you know, are they going to make it? Are they going to be successful? You know, what's life going to be like for the next few weeks as these fish swim off into the river? And will I catch one someday? Might I actually catch one of the fish that I put into the river when I come back out?
Good job.
Here, let me help you come back across. We normally do 3 runs a year, sometimes 2, and it totals about 300,000 to 400,000 baby fish that we put in the river each year.
Here's my biggest problem that's going on right now.
Absolutely. I took some pictures of that. When people leave their trash behind on the river, it affects, I would say it mostly affects the birds here in the ecosystem. As for the fish, when you have microparticles of stuff, they'll often see something floating and mistake it for food. And fish can oftentimes pick up little pieces of plastic, little pieces of paper, and things that aren't healthy for it either. And if you're a fisherman who likes to fish out here and eat the fish that you catch, eating a fish that has swallowed something that it shouldn't, or that's in water that's been polluted by human dumping, it's not ideal. It's definitely a year-round fishery that's accessible to people from all over the valley. A lot of the fisheries up north have been closed to fishing, or at least seasonally, because they're looking out for the salmon populations up there. The Kern down below us tends to get warmer faster than we do, and so we're really a great centralized location for people to come in and fish any time of the year that they want to.
I mean, they'll be good in here. But,
fantastic.
Yeah, it's been a good summer.
The Fish Incubator Program is such a great program in education for students, but there's so much more that the Conservancy does in education. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, for one thing, our education director, Mary, reaches out to all of the school districts around our various communities that the river is running through, and takes such care to make sure that she's bringing programs to the students of our community so that they understand the river, they learn to interact with the river. The Star Party, the Fish Incubator Program. And frankly, if kids learn to be on the river, to be around the river, to enjoy the river, they're going to take care of the river.
Yeah, because they have that ownership.
That's
right?
what we have to make sure. And the Kings River Conservancy is working so hard on that. It is so important. And I'm so excited that students would learn to take care of this beautiful resource. Let's see some more.
I'm Mary Jane Morris, the Education Director with the Kings River Conservancy. The education program with the Kings River Conservancy started a few years ago, and it primarily began as an effort to educate the local community about the Kings River itself, the ecology of the Kings River, and especially the environmental changes that happened once the Pine Flat Dam was put in, and the safe recreational practices along the Kings River. So a couple of the ways that we've actually been trying to get the community involved is by starting with local school systems. We thought by bringing the kids from the local schools into the area and bringing them on tours where we do an educational tour of the Pine Flat Dam. We do a tour of our incubation house, or the incubation house that we have with the Kings River Conservation District. We take them on tours here to learn about the flora and fauna of the area and get the kids involved in projects. Welcome to the North Riverside Trail along the Kings River. We're going to take a little river walk today. And along the river, we actually have some interpretive trail signs that are in 3 languages. So you can read a little bit about the history of the river and about what you'll find on the river along your way. Honeybees are really cool for the environment. They're pollinators. So they carry the pollen from the plants on their legs and they bring it from plant to plant. So they actually pollinate more than 30% of the foods that we eat. So very important for our environment to have honeybees. So along the Kings River, we find lots of critters. And this time of year when it's warmer and the sun is out, we'll find a lot of reptiles, especially snakes. So one of the things you have to look out for is actually the North Pacific rattlesnake, because they are dangerous. One of my favorite things that I see along the river is mullein. And this one is dried out. It's getting ready to bloom again. You can see the green on the bottom. And this gets big, fluffy kind of leaves. You'll see the leaves will come out in all different sides around the base, and then it'll grow a big yellow stalk, or a stalk of yellow flowers that grow pretty tall. This has a bunch of seeds on it here. Excellent for the environment, and even more so, it's edible and it's excellent for respiratory conditions.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we
started this project about 2 years ago in partnership with the Army Corps of Engineers. This is an education pavilion, or part of it. We have the roof that will be getting put on shortly, but we can actually house at least 100 people under this pavilion area. For now, we do still hold outdoor classes, not during Corona time, but we have some tents that we use to at least keep the shade. But we also have a trail that goes along the river, and we do some outdoor water experiments and different activities out here, scavenger hunts, flora fauna identification. Another thing that we're doing to involve the community is what we're calling star parties, and they're astronomy event nights that we'll be doing once a month. We held one so far, but it was right at the beginning of COVID, and then everything else got shut down for now. But as soon as we start getting that project rolling again, we'll let everyone know where you can come out to the star parties. And it will be right here at Pine Flat Dam. Right in front of Pine Flat Dam is where we'll hold the star parties at night, and it's beautiful out here at night.
we don't need no more. Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any storm.
Well, Sue, I have to say I've had a great night this evening, and I'm so grateful for having invited me and being a part of this wonderful, wonderful online production that we've been doing here tonight.
And as you've always said around the community, we've learned to pivot to some new way of doing things. We've done our best. We've done our very best.
And I hope our audience has enjoyed having us as their host. But it's been fun, and I really hope everyone's bidding. There's so much support that you can give to the Kings River Conservancy for the great work that they do.
Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. Thank you to our donors. Thank you for being here. The board has worked so hard.
And you know what? I think the Kings River means so many different things to different people. And I just want to say, to me, the Kings River means home.
And to me, I said this when I came off the river earlier today, what a gorgeous place to paddle. That incredible, clean, flowing water. I look down into the river and it's so beautiful. So that clean flow, what a pleasure. So beautiful. So what do you say, Eric? Long live the Kings.
Thank you.
you so much. I hope everybody has fun at Moonlight over the river.